You ever feel like you're just constantly on edge? Dealing with that nervous tension or battling a mind that just refuses to quiet down? If you have a really low tolerance for stress, maybe a bit of a short fuse, chances are you've been told to take a B vitamin complex. But what if that common advice isn't just ineffective, but is actually working against you? The answer might be hiding in plain sight, in the very supplements that are supposed to help.
So let me ask you this. Is your B vitamin supplement a scam? What if the vitamins you're buying are, from a biological perspective, a lot closer to industrial chemicals than they are to actual food? And what if taking them is forcing your body to drain its most precious protective resources, maybe even setting you up for bigger problems down the road?
In this explainer, we're putting these two sources head to head. You've got your lab-made synthetic vitamins on one side, and on the other, a whole food solution, nutritional yeast, that has been described as a powerful physiological tranquilizer. Trust me, the difference between them is absolutely critical.
So where do these synthetic vitamins even come from? Well, the kind you find in fortified foods and most multivitamins, they're often made by huge chemical companies, and their origin might actually shock you. A lot of them are derived from petroleum, and as we're about to see, this industrial source can put a really unexpected burden on your body.
Let's start with the most common synthetic form of vitamin B12. It's called cyanocobalamin. Just look at that name. Notice that prefix, cyano? Well, it's there for a reason. It's there because this lab-made molecule is literally bound to a cyanide compound. And yeah, the amount is small, but your body still has to deal with it.
See, when you take it, your body can't just use it as is. First, your liver has to go to work to detach and neutralize that cyanide molecule. And to do this, it's forced to use up one of its most powerful internal protectors, the master antioxidant, glutathione. So the very act of processing this so-called vitamin is actually depleting a key resource your body needs to defend itself. And B12 isn't the only one we need to talk about. The problem also extends to another common synthetic, vitamin B9, which you probably know as folic acid. It's added to everything, bread, cereal, you name it. But for a huge percentage of people, there's a massive hidden problem with this stuff. And the scale of this is, well, it's staggering. Up to 40% of us have a common gene alteration known as MTHFR that makes it incredibly difficult for our bodies to convert that synthetic folic acid into its natural usable form, which is called folate. So for all those people, this unprocessed chemical can just build up in the blood, creating a whole new set of potential issues. Okay, so if synthetics are so problematic, what's the alternative? We need a source of B vitamins that our body actually recognizes and can use immediately, without all that metabolic cost. This is where unfortified nutritional yeast comes in, and there's a reason it's been called the ultimate physiological tranquilizer. But listen, you have to pay close attention to this one word, unfortified. This detail is absolutely non-negotiable. See, fortified nutritional yeast has had those exact same synthetic B vitamins added right back into it, which completely defeats the whole purpose. We want the pure, unadulterated, natural stuff. People who try unfortified nutritional yeast are often just blown away by how quickly they feel an effect. We're talking sometimes in just a few minutes. So what's going on here? What's the biological mechanism behind this really rapid calming sensation? Well, the answer really comes down to vitamin B1, also known as thiamine. The best way to think about B1 is as the spark plug for your cells. It's absolutely essential for converting the fuel from your food into cellular energy. And your brain and your nervous system have an incredibly high energy demand, which makes them profoundly dependent on a constant supply of B1. But here's the problem in our modern world. When you eat a lot of refined carbs and sugars, you're basically flooding your body with fuel. And just like a bigger engine needs more spark plugs, processing all that fuel creates this massive and immediate demand for vitamin B1. This way of eating can literally drain your body's B1 reserves dry. And when you start running low on this critical spark plug nutrient, one of the first systems to really suffer is your autonomic nervous system. This is the control center for your fight or flight and rest and digest responses. Without enough B1, it can get stuck in the on position, a constant state of high alert, of anxiety. Does any of this sound familiar to you? A low tolerance to stress, where just little things set you off, a short fuse, that endless brain chatter when you're trying to fall asleep, even restless legs at night, that feeling of so much nervous energy you just can't get comfortable. These are classic signs of a nervous system that is starving for B1.
And this is exactly why unfortified nutritional yeast is so incredibly effective. It provides an immediate, abundant, and biologically available source of natural vitamin B1. This rush of the exact nutrient your nervous system is craving allows that overactive fight or flight system to finally
finally stand down. People often report a wave of calm in just 3 to 4 minutes. It's that fast.
But it's not just about calming you down. Remember those cellular spark plugs? Deep inside your cells, you have these little energy factories called mitochondria. To generate ATP, which is the energy currency of your body, they need a whole complex of B vitamins working together in harmony. Unfortified Nutritional Yeast provides this exact natural complex, helping to support mitochondrial function and fight that deep physical fatigue.
So how do you actually use this stuff? It's incredibly simple. Nutritional yeast comes in these light, golden flakes, and it has this delicious, savory flavor that people often compare to cheese. There's no weird taste you have to hide. It actually makes the food you add it to taste better.
Here's a perfect way to try it out. Build yourself a stress eraser salad. Start with a base of arugula, drench it in some high-quality extra virgin olive oil, add a clean protein source like wild-caught salmon, and then just sprinkle that nutritional yeast generously right on top. You get healthy fats, minerals, amino acids, and that whole B vitamin complex all in one meal.
Ultimately, it really comes down to a simple idea. You can't heal a stressed-out body with synthetic, petroleum-based chemicals. It's about working with your body's design, not fighting against it.
By making the switch to a whole food source of B vitamins, you're giving your body the nutrients in a form it instinctively recognizes and can use efficiently. This is how you take your nervous system out of overdrive and restore its natural state of calm and resilience.
If this explainer opened your eyes to a new way of thinking about vitamins, please do me a favor and hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. We are all about uncovering the often missed science behind real health.
And please, like this explainer, it really helps get this vital information out to other people who might be struggling. And I would highly encourage you to share this with a friend or a family member who you know relies on a daily synthetic multivitamin. It could be the piece of the puzzle they've been looking for.
And now, I really want to hear from you. Drop a comment below. Have you ever tried unfortified nutritional yeast? And if you have, did you feel that quick, calming effect we talked about? I'd love for you to share your experience with the community.
This whole thing leaves us with a pretty critical question, doesn't it? What other common, healthy habits could actually be working against our biology? It's a vital thing to think about. Thanks for joining me.